Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Trucking. Sorry, was like 3 minutes late there. My bad. You can all blame Jay for that, and I'll explain in a bit. How are you guys doing? Let's hope my light works today. We will see in a bit if it dies down. No bunny ears! Oh yeah. Completely missed it. You can just imagine it. Somewhere over here. Let me try and greet everybody first. Good morning, good evening. Jay, Scotsman, Alex, and Jack. Thank you guys for joining. And did I miss anybody? So yeah, I'll show you in a bit. Wait a minute. There's no music, is there? Because the volume is down. There should be music now. Okay, that should help. Happy Easter for the weekend. Yeah, advanced happy Easter to everybody. And enjoy the holidays if you have any. Oh yes, Nightbot. Yeah, I seldom say hello to Nightbot. That's why Nightbot loves you very much, Jay. Because you never forget about him. Let me load up the game. So it's going to be a bit of a culture shock for everybody. Even me. Because we have no mods today, as you might have seen from the title. This will be a vanilla trucking. Zero mods. Never had any mods on this profile and never will. This is going to be the profile I use for new updates, things like that, so we keep the game as fresh, as vanilla as possible, as pure as possible. And why I make this is mainly because of the World of Trucks event, the one where you haul stuff into and out of Sweden to 10 different countries. We are 6 out of 10 now, but it's getting harder and harder to do. Let me turn off the music. It's a bit redundant here. Music. There you go. Actually, just turn it off like that. Good. No foggy weather. Yes. Unfortunately, I will have to part with it. But it's good from time to time so that we can appreciate more what mods can do. And it's also nice to, step back from time to time and appreciate what SCS has done by default. How far they've come, and then put the mods back in and get a whole new appreciation of what our brilliant modders have been able to do. So you get to appreciate it from both sides of the spectrum. I think it's a good practice from time to time. Yeah, it's a very good excuse, right? Only Automod misses you. Easter a major holiday in SG? Not really. We only have Good Friday, so we only have Friday as our holiday. But Singapore is it's a multicultural country, so it tries to respect all the major holidays in all the different religions, like Christmas, like Vesak Day, or what's like the major holidays in Hinduism, in Islam, in Christian. So all the major holidays are holidays, but not like other major countries. How do you say it? Like if you're a Catholic country, then most of the Catholic events you have as holidays. In Singapore, only like the crucial ones are. Something like that. So it's more scattered. You get automodded if you say vanilla. I think if Jay puts in a dot, it might get there's even a chance that it gets auto-modded. You can't live without promotes or you're missing the event. Yeah, I've been driving through some of the vanilla areas. Let me show you guys the world map. So I've been driving a bit already. Yeah, I've done this bit, like from Czech Republic, this bit going to Sweden. So passing through Germany, Dresden, Berlin, Rostock, and then taking a ferry to Trelleborg. Like this bit right here, it's super old. It really feels different. It feels like a different game. But yeah, as I mentioned, you get a whole new appreciation of the game. And sometimes it's a bit nostalgic too, you know, something like playing an old game. Something like that feeling. Yeah. And it's getting harder and harder because the event, let me show you guys the event in case you don't know it. The event is to complete a delivery, 10 deliveries to 10 different countries, to or from Sweden. So from Sweden to this country or from this country to Sweden. But it has to be with 10 different countries, which means you can only get so far. You'll need to travel farther and farther. So I did the Sweden to Norway already, Denmark to Sweden, Poland to Sweden, Germany to Sweden, Netherlands to Sweden, Czech Republic to Sweden. So all that's left are the faraway countries, like UK to Sweden, France to Sweden, and whatnot. So we'll try to do some of those today, but we'll probably not finish. You have to hunt ducks. Yeah, I heard Kirill opened the beta again for foggy weather. So if you guys are interested in getting foggy weather, go head on over to the foggy weather Discord server and play duck hunt nonstop. Just like how Rohan did for like 3 months nonstop, and he was able to get access. RJL's trucks, real companies, and foggy weather. Yeah, I wish I could have done that. Actually, we could have made that. I could have disabled pro mods and still done the event, but I decided let's go all out. Yeah, let's go all in or all out, however you want to look at it. So purely vanilla for a change. Hey Rohan, vanilla, exactly. Yeah, believe it or not, some people actually just play vanilla. And they don't like mods. They don't like the complication of mods. Now for this community, I guess that's not very common, but you might get some people, you might get some new people, and please welcome them if they come. Yeah, last time I played vanilla, I've seen a couple of new names, new faces, and they were sharing their thoughts on why they were playing vanilla only, and they kind of make sense. Yeah. Hey Chris, glad you could join. How's the internet today? Are you still at hotel? When Rohan did it, it was 25,000 points. Now it's 40,000. Wow. Okay, so the bar is indeed much higher. And now the tricky thing is to find a job. Right now, where are we? So this is our truck, Scania Next Gen. Nothing fancy. We can go and upgrade it a bit. All vanilla, no mods. So everything you see is just from the base game. 8% damage. Maybe it's best to do a little bit of fixing first. Where's the mechanic? Let's go and drive there. Back home. Good. Hey, sports fan. Welcome. Welcome back. Increase the price, I see. How many jobs have I done so far? 6 out of 10 that are counting towards the event. Now, what I wanted to show you guys, and you can blame Jay for this. So Jay reminded me that there's the telemetry server for ETS2 and ATS, where you can show like the different gauges, the different metrics in the game. So you can put them as like an overlay for the stream, so I can show you. You guys can see more details about the job. But I don't want. This is a bit tricky topic. I don't want to make it too complicated. I want to show extra information that's not there by default, but I don't want to clutter the screen. So it's going to be a work in progress for everybody, for all of us guys. So you guys let me know what you need to see, and then we can tweak it as we go. But in the beginning, let's go with a simple one. If you guys remember from a few months back, I tried this already. That thing, the telemetry. I hope that loads. Okay, it seems to work somewhat. Nice video today. I haven't seen it. I have to check it out. Good. So basically what I have is a homebrew. I made a skin of my own, super simple skin, which basically shows, if you look at the lower left side of the screen, 3 vertical bars. This one is the clutch, this one is the brake, and this one is the gas. And then you can see the shifter positioning and their respective gears. Now the gears are not perfect in number. Instead of saying 1L, 2L, 3L, it's just a number. I still have to work on that, but I think it's good enough for now. Yeah, so that is all the information that I'm displaying. Now this can get very complicated. Like what Jay has, I've seen, is like he has the complete like dashboard, so with dials and radials and everything, oil pressure, fuel indicators, and all that stuff, job distance, current speed. So it can get as complicated as that or as simple as this one. So you guys let me know if it makes any sense. If you prefer anything, let me know and we'll adjust. Did I remove my ATS video? I did not. Is it gone? So at least you guys can see right now if I'm stepping too hard on the gas, or if I'm spamming the brakes too hard. Yeah, no crash bump sounds. I missed it already. One sec, let's increase the volume at the very least. That one, okay. So let's have a look at the jobs. I doubt we'll get anything here that's what we need. Oh, we can, actually. Yeah, we can. Very lucky. Let's go warm it up. This pays very well. It goes to the UK, which I haven't been to yet. So this would count as a job. Remember, the valid jobs are out of Sweden or into Sweden, but as long as Sweden is involved, and each job should be in a different country. Clumsy trucking moment with that panel. The Donner Pass video is still there. Okay, cool. Weird, it shows now. Okay, that's good. So yeah, if you guys have seen Jay's video, if you haven't, go and check him out. I think his profile is linked in the... Actually, you know what, Jay, you can go and share your Twitch. Go ahead and share your Twitch channel over here. Let's give you a shout out. You deserve the views, man. So he's the one who gave me an idea of this telemetry thing. So if you watch his video, he has this super cool looking dashboard overlay that displays all the information. So if you want something like that, let me know. So I'll try to do something similar, or we can do something simpler depending on what we need. Where do we get this one from here? Okay. Yes, exactly. It's super simple. Super fast loading, super smooth, and everything like that. There you go. Go check him out, guys. Jay's Twitch channel. Trailer is here. I do love the indicator sounds though of this next gen Scania. Good thing that they managed to put in the real thing. Do you guys remember it? Like if you remember initially when this new Scania was released, it didn't have those realistic blinker sounds. It had those like generic ones, and people complained and the people requested and SES listened. So cool. So they put in the real blinker sounds after much feedback, after only a couple of days. Squeeze in please, thank you. Don't forget to repair the truck. Yes, good call. I forgot. My pleasure, Jay. You know that Twitch channel. Of course you do. How heavy is this? 20 tons. Okay. So any feedback you have on this telemetry thing, let me know. If it's like not helpful, if it gets cluttery, if it's unnecessary information, let me know so we can remove it, because it does require a bit of performance. Remember, I had that before. I removed it because it has a huge CPU requirement. It eats a lot of CPU. But now that I have Ryzen, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Installed equalizers of Scania 1.30M, and it wouldn't go under any trailers. Why not? That's weird. Don't remember that problem before. Also, you guys can appreciate the beauty of this city. Yeah, these Scandinavian cities are really well made. Wait a minute. Why are we going like that? Oh, it's a bit... okay, I see. Can we drop by here first? It's going to take a while though. 1167. Let's pass through this mechanic shop, fix ourselves, and then take a ferry. Yeah, that might be a good thing. And then once we get there, we'll be in the UK. We'll be driving on right-hand side. That's not going to be pretty. We'll drop by Manchester. Yeah, discover that. I guess that would work. And then deliver to Liverpool. Okay, good. Good morning, Edmund. How are you? Glad you could join. You just drove through there. Nice. Going to the UK, yes. Yeah, look at the buildings here. This is what I love about SCS architecture, so to speak. They have this magical way of putting in many buildings, filling in a lot of detail, but not requiring a lot of performance, you know, not eating up a lot of not being too needy, so to speak. Because that's one of the main problems in the earlier bro mod cities, right? They are so well detailed, but they really slow down your system. And recently with the newer cities, I think they've discovered the secret of SCS. So they learn the best practices from SCS and they're making more and more optimized cities. Yeah, SCS has quite grown adept at that. Yeah, exactly. That's a good thing about these. The deadlines are not really a thing. Like, you can sleep. Even if you sleep like non-stop, the remaining time won't really change because the deadline is like in real time, in real hours, in real life hours. We might do some trucking later today. Hey Rush, how are you? Thank you for joining. No speed limit? Okay. That's interesting. Oh yeah, in Scandinavia. At least in the DLC. I'm not sure if it's in real life. Maybe not. You don't have to slow down to 30, unlike in France and Italy, where the tolls you have to slow down. Wow, look at this. Yeah, these are the nice sceneries we'll be seeing. Mining bits. Yeah, most probably. This is the danger zone, guys. Whenever I go my camera at like this, it's a recipe for disaster. Hey Super, how are you? Thank you for joining. So I'm not sure if you guys also do this, but I'm in manual, alright? And whenever I switch from low to high, For example, here, like 11 to 12, as you can see in the lower left. That's 6L to 6H. I don't really step on the clutch anymore. It's automatic. It's like floating gears. And I learned that from some YouTube videos when I was learning how to shift using like an Eaton Fuller transmission. It's actually pretty helpful. So you see, I don't need to step on the clutch like this. Just flick the switch and it automatically changes. Meanwhile, you're still hunting ducks. Good luck. Truck underwater. That might have been if disaster striked. What's my setup? You can see the gear on Amazon thing in the lower side of the screen. I mean, not on the screen, but I should have a panel there which says gear on Amazon. That contains all my parts. If you have some more questions about specific ones, let me know. But in a nutshell, those are the parts I'm using. In Scandinavia, you don't have to slow down at all unless it's traffic. Oh, cool. So that's it. That's true to life. Cool. It's pretty high tech, huh? Amazing. I think that's the same in Singapore. I don't see any tolls in the highways, but they get charged. So at some point, there's not even an actual like toll gate. You won't see any toll gates. I think there will just be like pillars like this, and then you'll get charged already. And they all have this machine on their windshields to link up with that. It's going to take more than 4 months. Yes, I'm doing the Sweden event. At least I'm trying to. Currently in Denmark now. You don't need clutch when your feet is off the pedals. Right. Yeah, although in this game at least you have to be in the advanced shifting layout. If you are using the simple one, it won't work. You'll have to step on the clutch, I believe. So yeah, if it doesn't work for you, go for advanced. And I am speeding here. Slow down a bit. You have 2 more. Wow, nice. It gets longer and longer, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. Did you guys see there's actually a guy on the bridge? Don't jump, bro. That's a nice Easter egg. It'll take far longer to deliver goods because you will be stopping for picks all the time. Exactly. Exactly. Slow down a bit here. Now, where is the autopass thing? I think we have to stay on the right. Oh no, I think it's blocked off. Let's stay here. Yeah, it is blocked off. Let's take a photo here in this bridge. The last 2 will be so long. I even have to gain a level just to get longer jobs. Right now, my long distance skill is only up to 850 kilometers. And I think the later jobs will be or more than 1,000. That's why you never finish and end up doing it the next day. Yeah, I've learned a new technique. I told you guys about it over at Discord. But when I truck offline, I listen to these like finance podcasts because I'm really into it right now. The personal finance tips and whatnot. It's like a radio show that's centered on that topic. And so I have this like I can fool myself that I'm doing something productive and trucking at the same time. So it's I don't get bored at all. Have I ever driven a truck? Hey Gato, welcome to the stream. In real life? No, not really. I would like to experience it sometime though, but I don't have the license to do that. How do we take a photo? Let's try from here. Hey, Hard Superstar, welcome. How are you? Are you guys doing the event as well? You wish jobs lasted more than 24 hours. Actually, I have a question about that. Have you any of you guys tried it before? So there's this 24-hour limit on the jobs, right? When that runs out, the job doesn't really disappear. You still have it. It's just that the remaining time is 0. Does it like just give you a penalty, or you don't earn anything but you still can finish the job? Or does it not get counted at all? Because if it's all about like the money, then at least you can still do it. Maybe it still counts towards your progress. You get 0 finance. And that means 0 XP as well, huh? That kind of sucks. But at least it still finished the job. So it is something. That's good to hear, Superstar. Very welcome. Yeah, the guys over here are quite nice. It's a very friendly community. You helped to drive an excavator before. Wow. Back in Norway? Cool. You get 0 finance just like in offline jobs. I see. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, if your main goal is counting or making sure that you finish the jobs, then that should work. Ooh, wait a minute, look at this. Now how do we take a photo of this? Soothing voice. Some people might disagree, but thanks, man. There you go. Yeah, that's the one. Rob had a similar photo he shared over at Discord. And he was saying, okay, should I post this under truck sim or under train sim? Now we have the same dilemma. Maybe we lessen the field of view and show that like that. Yeah, not too bad. And do it from the other side as well. Except Nightbot, he never says hi. You have to wish that Nightbot never says hi. If he does, like how he says hi to Jay every single stream, you probably won't enjoy. Oh man, is it too far? Oh, it's too far. Okay, we can take it from this angle. Fine. Isn't solely because of foggy weather. Foggy weather only makes the sickness worse, if you get what I mean. Yeah. Okay, I can't take any other angle. Oh, because I don't have mods, right? Right, there's a mod which extends the distance for the photo studio, and I don't even have that. So yeah, it's a bit limited. Crap. Okay, that sucks. Nightbot only says hi to Jay. That's true. ETS2 meets train sim, exactly. Random fact, but 2 Freightliners crashed near that bridge 2 days ago. Here? Wow. Hope they're okay. Hey, Lucas. And actually, I'm surprised that there are Freightliners here. Are Freightliners common in Europe? I thought they were like mostly US based. Door closing sounds. Didn't hear. You want to buy a good strong gaming PC for ETS and ATS. Are you starting from scratch? Do you have any parts that you're thinking of? Well, you'll need a decent graphics card. A GTX 1060, I think, or 1050 would be good enough. And then for the processor, get an Intel i5. What is the latest one from Intel? Was it KB Lake? i5 8 something? I don't remember the model names, but that should be more than enough for trucking. If you're planning to just play, then those would be more than enough. Or if you're planning to stream, then you would need a more powerful CPU. Thanks, Superstar. I'm the type of guy you'll allow to borrow your lawnmower, knowing you'll give it back. Thank you. Glad I gave off that impression, and I hope it's true. I think it's true. SSD is invaluable. That's a good point. Yes. Yeah, SSD will really help a lot with the loading, especially if you have pro mods and all the other mods. So you won't have to wait like 30 minutes for loading. Are these speed radars? They are cameras. In Ireland, you all have the ETS2 brands. You have all the ETS2 brands. The only people you see with American trucks are the circuses. Okay, so in Ireland, European trucks all the way. No Freightliners, no Kenworths, whatnot. You have a 750 Ti, works very well on high settings. Yeah, the GTX 10 series is very practical because it's more powerful. Yet it requires less energy, so the wattage is less, even with more power. So I think a 1050, 1060 would do pretty fine. 750 isn't available anymore. Yeah, probably not. Usually the older models get phased out. I guess only the 9 series and 10 series would be available on the market. Not really sure, but I highly recommend getting the 10 series. Any European truck drivers in real life here? You tell me if there's a lot of long nose trucks around there, like the Scania T. I guess not. You are. Oh yeah, Jack is one. Class 2. Yeah, he shares a lot of pictures from time to time. Esberg and Hamburg. Sorry about the pronunciation, guys. You're planning only to play. I see. 700, 800 should be more than enough. Yeah. Yeah. That should be more than enough. I'm not sure how pricing works exactly from where you're from, but ballpark figure should be more than enough, especially for gaming. Yeah, get an Intel i5. I think that's i5 8400. Don't quote me on that. And a GTX 1050 or 1060, whatever your budget allows. Get an SSD. A Samsung 850 EVO is more than enough. And maybe 8 or 16 gigs of RAM, whichever you can afford, and you're all set. One sec, let me catch up on chat. Here in Brazil, you have mostly European trucks and a lot of long-nosed Scania, Mercedes, etc. 800 won't be enough, really? That's weird. I remember my PC. My PC should be worth only around 1,000 SGD all in all, more or less. And that's way less than 800 euros. Or around that point, I guess. You guys can convert. Hey Rowan, thanks a lot for the bits, man. Very silent donation time. You're trying to confuse me again, and it's working. I bought it before the Bitcoin mining started. Although the Bitcoin mining thing already was happening last year, right? When I upgraded my video card to a GTX 1070. But I guess, yeah, it depends on the country. Yeah, Rob was saying like video cards were like what, 3 times more expensive now? It's not like that in here in Singapore. I guess it largely depends where you're from and how the market is working. for you. Oh no. Incoming roundabout. Let's slow down a bit. You have doubles up to 30 meters. Wow. That seems massive. Cool. Your roads don't really accommodate for long nose trucks exactly. Yeah, it's not practical. There goes Mrs. Clumsy. Now that's the door. You need a better turn radius. Yeah, exactly. Over the wheel works better. Plus you have the length restrictions, right? So if you have like a long nose truck, then it takes away from the length that you can do. Instead of putting it on the engine on the truck, might as well make that as extra cargo space. That's what I read before. That's why that's why cab overs are very common in Europe, because it's more practical. Your PC cost you 400 Canadian, rebuilt as well. That's pretty cheap, yeah. Yeah, so it really varies. Your mileage may vary, as they say. You don't understand how Bitcoining affects PC parts. Well, it's all about the mining. I'm also not familiar with how the mining process actually works, but it requires a lot of video cards, because video cards have a lot of processing power. So somehow they're able to make use of that. And so people who mine, they buy a lot of video cards. And with more demand means less supply, means more expensive video cards. That's why the video card prices are jacking up. Not when I upgraded, after I upgraded, the price increased. Oh wow, I had perfect timing then, huh? I see. So the mining went even up. We went up even more. I got lucky. How many hours do I have on Euro Truck? That's a good question. I think I have... Last time I checked, I think I had 1,000, something like that. Yeah, I've been driving for, I guess, around 2 years. Virtual trucking. So I learned a few tricks here and there. The guys over here taught me a bit as well. A lot, actually. But yeah, from time to time, we still encounter a bit of clumsy trucking, and you might be a witness to that pretty soon. It only affects the NVIDIA GPU. Buy them in bulk and create a shortage a bit. I heard something different, Jay. I heard that actually for Bitcoin mining, the AMD video cards are better than NVIDIA. At least that's how it was before. And that actually jacked up the AMD video cards even more. But I think because of a shortage in AMD video cards, then the miners started buying NVIDIA. And so that also jacked up the prices for NVIDIA. But I think initially, they preferred the AMD ones because the architecture for some reason is more compatible or better for what they needed. I don't know the details. No clumsy trucking, we blame the AI, right? Blame the roads, blame the AI, blame everything else except ourselves. You got 1242 hours, wow, cool. It's quite a lot. It's faster and better than the CPU processing. That's the one, right? Let's go and get serviced. Wow, look at that. 8% damage on the wheels. Tire wear. If you buy a gaming PC for 1,200 or 1,300, you're good to go. Yes, that should be more than enough, I think. But if you're planning on something, or you have a very good differential here. If you're planning on getting a PC, maybe get the one for... maybe try and assemble your own if you can manage it. Because it would be much cheaper and get more bang for the buck, as they say. Am I missing something? I don't have air horns. Yeah, I don't have air horns. That's the thing. I don't have beacons as well. And I don't even have the CG mug because we're in vanilla. Crap. Exclusive and standard. Okay, yeah. No need. But AMD hasn't increased the pricing as much as compared to Nvidia. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that's what I heard. AMD is much better. Maybe they have problems with supply, so they can't jack up the price so much. I don't know if that makes any sense. You joined the Discord. Welcome to the Discord, Superstar. Yes, Scotsman. I'll probably make a video on it for tomorrow or for the weekend. I got a copy from the developers, the PC building simulator game. It looks pretty promising and very relatable. Yeah, as you guys might know, I just upgraded my PC a few months ago, and I experienced for the first time building something from ground up. And then I built a PC for Mrs. Clumsy, and she's enjoying it now. So yeah, I got a bit of experience building my own PC, and the game is actually pretty detailed when it comes to that. It's a good primer. Crying far away IRL. I haven't fished out that much on a game in years. Far Cry. Yeah, have you guys seen the new Far Cry? Is it good? Is it worth the $60? You're buying Far Cry tomorrow, so it's really late for you here in the UK. I see. Does it have good reviews? If it will include thermal paste. Good. They got so many licenses. Yeah, that's interesting. I was actually surprised they got like Nvidia, MSI, so many different licenses for the different parts. Amazing how they manage that. Look at this, 19 hours. Far Cry games are really good. Yeah, the only Far Cry game I bought was Far Cry Primal, I think. I played it for a bit, but not so long. It might be the exception to Far Cry, right? It's a very different setup. So I'm not sure how it compares to other Far Cry games in terms of quality. Oh, this is a good reminder. Drive on the left. We drive on the left, guys, alright? Drive on the left. Oh yeah, that's a good reminder. Heard it's really good and price is understandable. Maybe I can check it out. It's a bit on the violent side, but maybe we can make an exception. But yeah, I won't know when I'll have time to play it though. That's the problem. Time is always the problem. Just don't hit anybody. Thank you. You're like the fourth one. Haven't played the others. You're calling your map making days in Far Cry 2. Wow, there was a map making feature. Interesting. Many moons ago. Assassin's Creed games. Assassin's Creed, I think I played what, the first two? How many are there now? Like 12,000? Like every year I see one, or I don't even know how many there are. Can I squeeze in, guys? Okay. Maybe after these guys. Oh, that bus just came out of nowhere. Do I have a streaming schedule? Yes. This is actually a special day for me because tomorrow is a holiday here in Singapore where I'm from. But normally I stream Wednesdays and Fridays, 8 AM Singapore time, so same time. But it should be tomorrow instead of today, the trucking. I'm not sure what time it is for you. I guess it's around what, almost 3 a.m. for you? Or 2 a.m.? I guess 3 a.m., huh? I'm on the wrong lane. But yeah, usually it's Wednesdays and Fridays, same time. Thanks for the host, Rohan. Appreciate that. At last, some left-hand lanes. Oh man, this is really... I have a bad feeling about this, guys. This is not... I'm not very good at this left side driving. Ten Assassin's Creed games in total. Ah, okay. Wow, that's a lot. Does the new one have it? There you go. That's the schedule. Thanks, Scotsman. Yeah, these windy roads are super confusing. Super windy roads. I doubt it's like this in real life, how sharp these are. Maybe it's because the scale compressed them, so the curves became sharper as well. Guess that might be it. Pretty nice bridge. Is that a famous bridge, guys? Are you familiar with that? That looks pretty cool. Maybe you can take a photo. You love driving in England. Is that sarcasm? UK is different scale in ETS2. Ah, what is it? But I've seen those kinds of curves also in like the older roads in Czech Republic. No, in Germany. When I drove yesterday. I guess they didn't realize it before that those curves are a bit too sharp. And they shouldn't make it that way even with the scale. You need to be in the right lane here to turn right. All bridges look the same to you. You're not a bridge fan, I guess, huh? I mean, all bridges are cool to me. Is that the 7 bridge? I have no idea. Let's check though. We are currently in Grimsby. So the corner of A63 and A15, the bridge on A15 looks like it. UK is 1:15 in vanilla. Ah, okay. So it should be more realistic, right? Because it's, how do you call it? Smaller scale, bigger scale? Because in ETS2, others are like 1:20, something like that. Found on the bundle with PC parts on the Norwegian online electronics store for 1730 USD. Wow, that's expensive. Thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to say hi, participate, so we can call you and greet you and welcome you to the channel. Is this a roundabout? No, it's just a T intersection. Can we squeeze in, guys? Ohio in the US. Thank you for the host, Scotsman. Oh, wrong gear. That's why it's odd. Ooh, there are actually markers saying you're in A15. That's something, right? And there are signs, so it's not as raw as we think. Like we've seen simpler roads than this. If we go to some like coast-to-coast states in ATS, some of the bare states have much less detail than this one. I've always wanted to visit England. Same here. Yeah. If England had like the same visa requirements as the other Schengen countries, we probably would have went there. Have gone there when we went last time, but yeah, it required a different set of visa altogether. So maybe next time, maybe a separate trip. highway is ending. Never been to Ohio in real life. Yeah, how is it there, Alex? I've been to Ohio technically, right? Cincinnati. Eastern part of Ohio is interesting. Western part is flat, flat, flat. Cincinnati is what? Eastern part, I think. Alright, Super. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us, man. Have a good night. Catch you again next time. Looks like good night for Super. 2 a.m. There you go. In the UK, I guess, huh? Cincinnati. Oh, I couldn't have been more wrong. Cincinnati is southwestern corner of Ohio. Okay, so that's the flat, flat, flat thing, huh? They say when my colleagues go to Cincinnati, they say there's nothing to do there. When I went there, though, there were a couple of things. I guess it's not as like action-packed as other places, but there are malls, like, right? There's like a cheesecake factory. Oh, bro, what the heck? Who was driving that? Who was driving that? Was that you, Jay? Who drives bus sim here? Who plays OMSI here or Fern Bus? How do you get 3 monitors working on one PC? Well, it works by default because you have your video card has multiple connections. You just link those up to the different monitors you have, and that's basically automatic. In Windows, you can set it up like, okay, which one is your main monitor? Do you want all monitors to be enabled? What kind of orientation? What kind of resolution? So all of those you can customize in Windows. And when you play a game, by default, it goes to your main monitor. But if you're asking about the triple monitor, the ultra wide, like in ETS2, where 3 monitors are loading ETS2, and you have this like wide angle, I'm not sure. I don't do that. I only have one monitor for playing, and one monitor for all the other stuff, chat, stream, and all those utilities. 1730 USD is really high, indeed. How much is the video card there, and what video card is it? Blame the AI, exactly. That's some simulation right there. Is that classic UK driving? I hope not. Welcome to UK roads. You had a bus like that on the UK road once. Rolled it right over. So it's not a very rare occurrence. It's not like an isolated case. Sheffield A1. So, correct me on this, guys. A1 is like one of the bigger highways, but the main motorway is M, right? The M's, and then followed by A's. Is that it? Getting to 100 bits. Going to stop mining for a bit now. Thanks a lot, Rohan. The bit miner, not Bitcoin miner, just the bit miner. So we're not mad at you. You're not jacking up the video card prices. Thank you for the help, guys, for helping out Rosh. The video card has 3 output ports, which you connect to 3 monitors and set it in display, right? 2 monitors for ETS2. It's really useful if you're multitasking. Definitely agree. GG, Rohan. It's cheaper than when your half-brother used to get an i5 something GTX 1060. That's just an i5 GTX 1060 and it's 1700 USD. Wow, that's super expensive. I would have expected like a 1080 with that price. I am out of date with the prices. Do you guys think the prices will go higher? Even higher? Because I think there would be a breaking point at some point. It would, I mean, with all the demand, the Bitcoin mining and everything. It's insane. M is main, A is semi, main, A is semi main, B is everything else. Okay, good. Got it. So we're now crossing over to M62. That's a very organized way of naming the roads. Slow down. We don't want any clumsy trucking. Yeah, me too. That MAB thing can get pretty confusing. Although in the game, I guess it's not portrayed perfectly, at least in this map. So maybe we have to wait for Bricks at home and other guys from the ProMods team to make this as true to life as possible. M62 though, we have 3 lanes, not bad. So it is a bit bigger than the A1s. Not sure, but it was last year. He gets over 100 FPS in Fortnite. It's pretty good. 1080 Ti is over 1000 over there. Also here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, 1070 is what? 1070 is quite expensive as well. I think 700 SGD here, but 1080 Ti, that's more than 1000. Ooh. So Arya is the fictional name. Arla is the real company name, right? With the green logo, but with like similar lettering. I saw some cheese being sold at the supermarket at one time. Arla. And for our new friends, feel free to join the Discord server. The link is there, as Nightbot indicates. You only paid 1400 for your whole PC. That's super worth it, Alex. What video card do you have again? And I think you have like liquid cooling, right? Out of the box, if I remember correctly. The new series of 2XX is coming out anyway, so maybe the prices might go down. You mean GeForce? Wow, cool. Won't they go with like Series 11? Because they go Series 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. They jump straight up to 20. Blue sign equals M, means motorway. Green sign is A road. Speed is 30 to 60 miles per hour. White signs is B roads, usually 10 to 30. Ah, interesting. Alright, we'll keep our eyes peeled and see if that's accurately portrayed in here. I like how the UK also has those signs, the dashes, 3, 2, 1 signs to show the exit is nearby. It's nearing. 1080 in liquid cooling and only 1400 bucks. Wow, that's amazing. Is that a branded PC, Alex? No, that's a deal. That was way before all the mining started, I guess. That is a change in the core of 2 series and low power consumption, so that's why the new numbers. Ah, I see. Okay, there is a change. Okay, cool. Then that might be like a next level breakthrough again. Three, 2, 1 in meters to exit slip road, right? But that's interesting. Doesn't UK use miles, but those markers are in meters? I think I heard from Squirrel that UK is starting to slowly adopt to metric system, but I don't think it's been successful. How is the status there right now? Do you have like a mixed what do you call it, imperial and metric system in your roads? It's an HP. Cool. Amazing. That's a steal right there, Alex. Amazing work. Got it before. Got it 1.5 years ago. Yeah. us gamers are really suffering because of the miners. I wish they would. I wish someone would develop like a purely mining solution that's more cost efficient and way more powerful than the normal video cards. That would then push the demand away from these video cards for gaming. Oh. Some locations use meters, not all though. That can be quite confusing. But I guess all speed limits are still in miles, huh? Otherwise that would get pretty confusing pretty fast. Like if you, for example, you go through a road and then you see like a number there and you're wondering, is this 30 miles or 30 kilometers? Stepping on the brake. Yeah. Some are both. Lower distances in meters, higher in miles. Some signs have both for non-UK drivers. Ah, I see. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Because trucks, like, for example, trucks and cars move from, like, the main continent of Europe to UK. And vice versa. So, I guess, yeah, it makes sense to include a kilometer marker. Where are we going? Going around, okay. Well, I guess if we're going around, I can just go right here. Also, the Bitcoin mining farms are getting banned in lots of countries. And the power to them are also getting cut off. I see. Yeah. I'm a bit doubtful if that will work, though. These people will find a way. I know of a colleague before, like he was in IT before, and then he switched to like becoming a financial guy, like a trader, and then now he's also delving into Bitcoin mining, and he's posting all these stuff in Facebook about it gets quite complicated, the setup in having like a Bitcoin mining farm. It's like they even go through this solar panels setup to save up on electricity. Like he had some maths there, computing how much electricity would cost if you only powered it via normal means, versus how it would work if you were offsetting it a bit by the solar panels, things like that. It's pretty complicated stuff. So yeah, if people can get into other like energy means, then barring them from the traditional energy sources might not be so effective. I have to turn right here. Combination of imperial and metric would be totally confusing. Super agree. More houses are evacuated after the same area had houses, including Northwest Dallas. Houses exploding. Is that because of the mining? A lot of your trucks have KM speedos. Wow, even in the UK. Interesting, but the speed limits are in miles. Okay, that can get a bit confusing. You need a sandwich, turkey, and what is that? Neumünster? I don't know what that is. Thank you for the host, Chris. Is this the right way? Yeah, I think it is. These long hauls are actually pretty entertaining, huh? They give you a real sense of the distance. Now I understand why Alex is so addicted to long hauls. Some even use unused dams. Wow. Wait a minute. I think we have to turn. Oh! Told you guys, clumsy trucking. Okay, no damage. Not even a penalty, so I think it was that guy's fault. Did anyone see if he crossed my lane or if I crossed his? Some even use unused dams to produce hydropower. That's insane. Maybe some use bicycles as energy sources. You know, the faster you pedal, the more electricity you produce. GG. Clumsy trucking at its finest. That darn AI. Exactly. Oh, wrong lane. I'm in the wrong lane. It's because the energy company here doesn't take safety into concern much. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, then really safety protocols have to be implemented. In Singapore, I'm not sure if it's a thing. I'm not sure if I know some of my wife's colleagues do mine Bitcoin, but not like the professional stuff. Like they maybe have like a PC or two at home, and then they leave it running. They buy a video card, they leave it running, and they mine. But it's not like those hardcore miners which have like rooms full of PCs and whatnot. So I'm not sure if in Singapore it's a thing. I guess not, because real estate, if you need a space, that's going to be super expensive here. You might as well do that in a different country. Even though electricity itself is not so expensive, land is. So it probably won't be worth the cost. If you're going to earn the same thing anyway, might as well do it in a less costly area, like a developing country with decent electricity and connection. I don't know how it works. You used to mine like 10 years ago but stopped it. Oh, that was a thing even 10 years ago. Wow. Used a lot of processing power. How long does it take to like finish a problem? Is it like fixed, or is it really random? Because they have to try all the possible combinations, all the possible solutions. By the way, is anyone familiar with how Bitcoin is doing now? Like it's been like a seesaw, a roller coaster pricing right there. Because there are two aspects in it, right? There are the Bitcoin miners, and then there are the Bitcoin traders. Maybe three aspects, and the others are like the actual Bitcoin users. But I guess the users are not so much yet. It's not really a so much like a well-used currency just yet, I don't think. But it's a very well traded and well mined currency. Wish that you could sub. Well, Chris, maybe your parents have an Amazon Prime account. If they do, you can link it up with your Twitch account, and then you can subscribe for free. Maybe you can have like a Amazon Prime subscription in Norway, and then you can link it to your Twitch. But if not, no worries, no pressure. More than welcome to stay here. No need for tips or subs. And as quick as that, Alex, you're the man. Thanks a lot, Alex. There you go, Chris. Wish granted by Santa Alex. It's not Christmas yet, is it? Maybe he's the Easter bunny. Maybe you should be wearing the bunny ears, Alex. Oh, super slow. Thanks, man. That's amazing. Hey, Sheng. You don't like vanilla trucking, you like chocolate trucking, huh? I see. Hey Dewan, thank you for joining. How are you, Sheng? Have you bought Far Cry? How is it? And how is Train Sim World treating you? I've been thinking of buying it because it's on sale, but I'm really my cheapskate instincts are kicking in, so I'm not really sure. The cheese is commonly served as an appetizer because it melts well. Also often used. Oh, that's cheese. Okay. I see. It's like a quick melt cheese. Tuna melts quesadilla. Cheeseburgers, macaroni, cheese, and pizza. What's it called again, sportsman? I have to look at that. Maybe I think it should be here. Maybe I'm just not familiar with the name. I'm very much into cheese because of my diet. But yeah, I haven't heard of that. I barely know any cheese. Bought and downloaded while you napped. About to load her up. Nice. Enjoy. Let me know about it. Thanks a lot again, Alex. I think Chris is speechless. Has he typed anything yet? I think he's speechless. Didn't expect it at all. Oh, we're almost here. Nice. That was quick. The new DLC is really nice. Monster cheese. Okay. Monster cheese. That should be pretty easy to remember. Thanks. Oh, look at that. There's smoke in there. Oh, you can GG Chris. Try it out, Chris, if you're here. Maybe he got disconnected, I'm not sure. Very much a nice breath of fresh air from the bad German DLC. Oh, really? I see. Yeah, I've been reading the reviews though, it's mixed. I don't quite get why. Like the DLCs, I think the German DLC is pretty badly reviewed. The English DLC is, I think, has good reviews, and this one has mixed. What is this one again? New York, was it? I think. That's a gear display. Yeah, I have something fancy on the lower left side of the screen. So that one in the gear, the green bar is the accelerator, the red one is the brakes, and the blue one is the clutch. Just something in addition. Jay reminded me that there was such a thing, and this was a skin I developed a couple of months back. Train Sim World, yeah. Because there's been a huge activity in the Train Sim channel ever since I created it. Lots of people are sharing pictures, so it looks like there is a lot of interest in train sims in the community. So I was thinking of getting into it as well. One sec, guys, give me a second. Just park this thing. Good. There you go. Easy peasy, textbook parking. Yeah, I do want to play Train Sim, but I'm thinking, do I go with Train Sim World or do I go with Diesel Railcar Simulator? Because I think they're roughly priced the same these days because of the sale. So I'm not sure. There we go, level up, thank you. Makes sense. If you like trucks, you probably like trains, boats, rockets, Martians, and crashing off. Crashing off the above, yes. There we go. We need rank 4. Definitely. That should unlock more. Never trust the reviews on Steam. Make the judgment yourself. If you don't like the game, you can always refund. Actually, that's a good advice. I haven't tried refunding anything yet. You should be able to refund as long as it's within like 2 hours of gameplay, right? And something. Can crash them just as well. True. Still on sale for $20. I think it's even cheaper here. From what I saw, I think it was $15 here. 15 Sing dollars. So it's very affordable. It's almost the same price as Diesel Railcar Simulator. But I think in terms of gameplay, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like Diesel Railcar is better. What do you guys think? Opinions? Because I'm thinking of really getting into Train Sim now. But the only thing is we'll have to replace Surviving Mars with Train Sim, which is, I guess, a fair trade. If you've been playing Surviving Mars for 3 weeks, maybe we can switch it up next week. What do you guys think? Your parents probably would not have allowed it when suddenly Alex gifted you a sub. Try out the GG emote, Chris. Try it out. Thanks again, Alex. You can refund the game as long as you don't play it over 2 hours. That's what I heard as well. 34.76, wow. Nice. And that's just with level 1 of economy. That's cool. Okay, in the UK, I believe if you're turning on the opposite side, you have to signal like this, right? This is why Squirrel always signals like this, and people have always been like complaining at him. Can I move? Okay, maybe I can squeeze in here. Yeah, because Squirrel does that even in outside UK, in which like in some countries like in Germany it's illegal. But damage was 0.12. I'll take that. Need some Krish Boom. Yes, very true. Very, very true. We're playing a no mods profile today though, so we'll have to live with it. I don't have Train Sim. I do have Train Sim 2018, I think. But I think I want something more modern in terms of graphics, in terms of gameplay. So I'm not really sure. Although that's a good point. We could start with the default Train Sim. I think I have that. I think I bought it from Humble Bundle once. For $1, I think. Sheng told me about it. But I haven't really tried it so much. So that is an option as well. Buy Train Sim World, buy Diesel Railcar Simulator, or play Train Sim 2018. If you started a new profile, did you turn on realistic fuel mileage? It should be turned on because I always just copy and paste the config and control files. But let's double check. Where is it? Realistic fuel consumption. Yeah, it's turned on. Yeah, I think this new Scania is very optimized. There you go, Easter Bunny. Nice one, Jack. That was AI Car's fault. Exactly. So, how about Train Sim, guys? What is your recommendation? Would you like to see Train Sim World? Okay, first question. What do you prefer? Some kind of Train Sim, whether it's Train Sim World, Train Sim 2018, or Diesel Railcar Simulator. So, any kind of Train Sim, or Surviving Mars. For the stream next week, which do you prefer, personally? Yeah, I was all shocked, Chris. Alex can be very generous. And thanks a lot for supporting the community, Alex. And thanks a lot, Chris. So UK is done. Norway is done. Let's go to Belgium and Luxembourg. Let's find the job to going to Sweden. I think that's the next step. Did it count my progress? Yeah, 7 out of 10. Good. Let's go to Brussels, I guess. Yeah, let's go to Brussels. Start a poll on Discord. How do you make a poll on Discord? I'm pretty noobish. Go to Brussels. Yes and when. CSX FAO is sending me a new application. It would be totally different from what you've seen me stream. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I think Nightbot has a poll as well. Also, actually, I think... Wait a minute, that's a good point. I think even Streamlabs has it. Let me see, huh? Poll. Yeah, this one. So let's see, okay. What should I stream on Wednesday? And then the option, let's say train sim, TSW, similar, TS 2018, or surviving Mars. And let's see how this would work. Start the poll. Did that work? Do you guys see anything? No, I don't think so, huh? I think this is linked with the extension and I don't have the extension enabled. So it probably doesn't work. Has TSW been graphically optimized? I say start with Train Sim 2018, also known as TS1, and move over to TSW once you learn how to drive the trains. You don't see anything. Okay, crap. Alright, day one. Have a good day. Let me see. Let's go to Nightbot. Let's explore this. Yeah, they're made by the same developers. Although graphics-wise, for sure, Train Sim World would be much better. And Train Sim is much more expensive if I get into the DLCs. Like you guys computed how much it would cost, right? For $1,000 or something like that. It's insane. But then again, you won't really buy all the DLCs. It's not the point. Okay, let me check, huh? Thanks for hanging out with us, the one. Let me see. There should be a poll here. Giveaway, spam protection. Doesn't really work. I don't think there's any. Let me search a bit. Give me a few seconds. Nightbot poll. Oh, there is. There's a command. Oh, there is. Okay. Allows you to make a straw poll within chat. Okay. There you go. That's the one, Jay. Good one. So how do you make it work? That's the question. Documents. Alright, let's try it. Poll, new, title, option 1, option 2. Okay. Title is the main title of the poll. Option are the individual options. Okay. Poll, new. Should I? Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's try. And then how do you vote? Head to something to vote. Okay. So I'll make a poll. Nightbot would give the link. You guys go to the link and vote. And then we'll see after a few minutes what would how that would work. New. What should I stream on WED? And then I think I go with Train Sim or Surviving Mars. Does that work like that? There. Yeah, try it. It's not about getting all the DLCs. You get the trains that you're interested in. Exactly. Doesn't blow up the stream. And then poll results. Okay. Does it update? Okay, let's try it out in a bit. You guys vote and then we'll check it out after a while. Okay, in the meantime, let's go and look for a job here. It's working. Nice. Alright. So you guys can vote without any fear or worry about negative feedback. So if your votes will be invisible. Well, it will be anonymous rather. Let's see. Do we have anything going to Scandinavia? Cross your fingers, guys. I'm not seeing anything. Crap. Let's see. If we go for route length, the farthest one, the farthest we have is 1,000 kilometers. So that distance is not the problem. But I think... yeah, I think it's just... we're just not lucky. 4 votes so far, all for Train Sim. Okay, looks like Train Sim is winning it. Once you get into Train Sim, you'll get very addicted to it. You have Train Sim World. That would be fun to watch. Yeah, I might get it because it's on sale. And I've been trying so long to get a copy of it from the developers, but they've been ignoring me. So yeah, I might buy it. And then we can all learn it together next week. Well, you guys can teach me about it rather. Not here. Okay, let's try a different country. How about Liege? Liege? Is that how you pronounce it? Liege? Let's try. Man, it's so refreshing not seeing any red item on the console. That doesn't happen very often. It's on sale until the 3rd of April. Okay, so maybe I can check it out. Maybe I should buy it. What is your opinion on Diesel Railcar Simulator, guys? I heard very good things about it, but I'm a bit reserved on the content. It might be still a bit too early access, limited content for wider, for like longer use, basically. You're a train expert. Yes, I can tell. There we go. Going to, how do you pronounce that? Göteborg. Okay, we have one. We also have one to Malmo. That's, I think, better. That's 1092. That is... okay, let's pick a shorter route, huh? If we have something. I doubt it, though. Oh, we only have 2 choices, guys. Do you want a box trailer? I guess let's go with the box one. Because we had something like a tanker already. Let's get that one. Dry milk. Speaking of cheese and stuff. Euro goodies. 5 votes and it's a blowout. 100% Train Sim. Okay, looks like Train Sim it is then. And I'm really interested in what you guys have to say because you guys are the active members, active viewers. So you have the biggest weight in the decision. It's listed by Nightbot, not too far above. Okay, let's go with that. Oh crap, the only thing is this is going through Germany. Alright, so keep your eyes peeled, right? This is a good exercise because we will be seeing super old school ETS2 roads, like the dropping off intersections, the super plain looking roads, and then once we get into Denmark and into Sweden, you'll see the transformation of how the roads will look like, how the details will be added. It's such a refreshing feeling. You'll see the improvements SCS has done over the years. It's like a time lapse, time travel. Curtain side trailer. Okay, there you go. Going with that then. Good. You don't see it. Maybe Nightbot hates Rohan in a different way. Yeah, Nightbot shows its affection in different ways. For Jay, it never fails to show something, to block his messages at least once. For Rohan, maybe doesn't show his messages at all. Hey Red, how are you, man? Welcome back. It's been a while. Hey Sam, thank you for the bits. How are you? Welcome back. Long time no see. How are you doing? I'm really missing my mods right now, to be honest, but in some regards it's also very refreshing. So once we go into the modded profile again, you really see the difference, especially with foggy weather. Tell Kirill about that. Doing good, doing good. How are you? Have you been doing the event as well, Sam? You're doing okay. Been modding a lot lately for people and streaming yourself some. Amazing. What are you modding? What game have you been modding? Let's see. Cologne. Let's go through there. And then go through Dortmund, I guess. Yeah. And pass through Hanover. Wow, it's going to be a very long drive. Okay, good. Should be good. There we go. Stream modding. I see. Cool. Wait a minute. Why are we on this side? Oh, okay. I forgot we're in Belgium now. My mind is still set in the UK, and I was thinking, why the heck are these guys on my lane? One thing you miss in the game is how the wind affects the truck. Oh, really? Is that a thing? Didn't know that was a factor. I was thinking because trucks are so heavy, wind shouldn't have any effect. But then again, with trucks so large, I guess like the surface area, lots of wind would be in contact with it, huh? Makes sense. That's why aerodynamics is super useful. Foggy weather is still in beta. Yes. Kirill gave me access to it though. He was generous enough to let me try it and show it to you guys. So I always use it except for this vanilla profile. The best way to get train sim is when it's on sale. Don't get it at full price. Alex, how about we buy train sim at the same time? We get into it at the same time and we learn together. Really wanted to get it. CSX 4Runner BNO is your favorite railroad. Oh, it's time. It's perfect. Yeah, let's buy it together. Let's buy it now. And then you have a new excuse. You can train. You can. How do you call it? Do you drive a train? Do you pilot a train? You don't fly a train? What is the verb associated with it? Then you can do something with the train while you're modding here. There's some BNO and CSX trains and trains in 2018. The graphics is very different though, right? I'm a bit of a stickler in graphics, so Train Sim 2018 isn't too appealing to me, to be honest. That's my limit. You have been resisting. Oh, by the way, Alex, have you received the invite I sent on Steam? I'm not sure if that was you, but I think that was you. Very sneaky name. No relation at all. Drive a train. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? Drive a train. Oh, welcome. Yeah, these intersections. Yeah, the best intersections in the game. I kind of missed them. How is train sim scale-wise and stuff? Yeah, still a huge thing. Thanks again, Alex. You know, if you saved all of that money, you could buy train sim already, but you instead decided to gift it to active members in the community and gift it to me, basically. So thanks a lot for that, man. Really appreciate that. It's a secret. Cool. Nice one. Okay, so that was you, right? Alright, let's keep it a secret. Yeah, I was doing a bit of stalking. I was thinking, oh, okay, who's online in ATS? Who? And then let me look at the job logs. Okay, so Alex did a job here and this guy is online. So I had to do a bit of stalking to verify. In some regard, the vehicles that I'm seeing are pretty nice. They're pretty varied, the AI vehicles. So even without like AI packs, truck packs, there's plenty of variety. But in some regards, it's a bit lacking as well, huh? If you're getting used to if you get used to the modding scene already. Oh, nice bridge. Okay, take a photo for sure. But yeah, I think my main gripe about not having any mods for the AI is the trailers, the trucks. They're not as how do you say, aesthetically pleasing. Like the trailer skins, this one, it's not very fancy, is it? It's a bit plain. That's my main reason for wanting the real company trailers. Wow, that's humongous. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Sam. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. GG indeed. Let's get a different angle on this one. That's very nice. Look at that from afar. Yeah, and thank you for the amazing community we have here as well. Pretty chill guys who can bear with my clumsy trucking. So thank you to everyone. Let's take a shot like that. Detective Clumsy. Yeah, that's true. If you ever drop by in Singapore, let me know. Why did the music stop? No, it's just playing. Soon to be clumsy training. Oh yes, looking forward to it. I might buy it. I might buy it after the stream. I will take a look at my budget. If it's not too much in the negative, I think I have a few spare bucks yet for my budget. So I think I can buy it still. You lost your badge. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh. That was quick. So Sam should have the badge now. Congrats, Sam. Operating a train. Okay, that seems more apt. Yeah, that seems more fitting. You bought Train Sim World. Okay, I'll buy it after the stream. And you'll see my profile reflecting that in a bit. You have a similar screenshot for your first episode of ETS2. Great minds think alike, right? Nice one. There you go, actually you're number 2 now. Nice. Now Alex will be busy. No, he'll have to download it first. How large is it anyway? Do you guys remember how large Train Sim World is to install? Like I remember, I think last week was the free weekend for F1, right? And then I tried it out. It's like 30 gigs. What the heck? And then I played it for like 30 minutes only, and then I stopped already. I uninstalled it. But yeah, I had to wait a couple of hours for it to finish. Or maybe a couple of minutes, I don't really know. Won't quit trucking though, definitely not. Definitely not. I'm sure I will like Train Sim World. Well, with you guys around, I'm sure I will. If I was just alone, I'll probably not be able to turn on the train, operate the train properly, but with you guys around, I'm feeling confident. A bit over 10 gig for the base game. Painful. But I think I still have around 200 plus gig left on my SSD, so it should be fine. I'm really glad I upgraded. Because before I only had like 250 gigs SSD for everything. Windows, all my games. And then eventually I bought a 500 gig SSD. So I have 750 gigs in total for Windows and games. That is more than enough, I think. That's weird. The music actually stopped. Yeah, I wonder why. Did it crash or something? I think it crashed. Yeah, that's a bit... First time it crashed like that. It's not responding anymore. No. Okay, let's start it again. You want to go train hopping? When I was in Europe, it was the first time I was able to explore and really experience how beautiful trains were. Like, in Asia, trains are not a major thing, at least in my part of Asia. I think in Jay's part of Asia, in India, trains are a thing as well. But yeah, from my world, it's not really common, so I really appreciated it. 20 gigs! Alright, I have space. No worries, we can manage. But yeah, when I went to Europe last year, was it? 2 years ago? It was such an exciting experience, like traveling through different countries in train, via trains, and then not having the check-in, no check-in time, so just drop in, put your luggage somewhere, and you sit down, enjoy the scenery. Such a refreshing experience. Because I'm used to planes, flights, but not trains. Very different mechanics. Yes, TrackIR works with it. I'm not sure if it's worth it though. Do you guys recommend TrackIR with Train Sim, or is it better to use a mouse? Because I guess when you have to flick all those buttons, it would be kind of hard to keep your head still, like in OMSI. There are times in OMSI where I have to turn off TrackIR when I have to flick some buttons. Oh, it doesn't work with Train Sim World yet. Oh, I see, okay. My bad. Didn't know. Okay. Then that makes the thing simpler. Train network in India is one of the biggest networks. Did you guys hear about this train network in China that's being built? I think some part of it is built already, where they try to connect from China, cross over to Kazakhstan, all the way to Europe. So like remaking the old days Silk Road, but now with railroads. And if I remember correctly, I watched that in some news or documentary, that I think, was it 2017 or 2016? China, the amount of railroads built by China was larger than all the railroads the entire world built. All the other countries combined. If I remember it correctly. Don't take my word for it though. Might be just a bad rumor. But that's what I heard, if I remember correctly. That's a missed feature. The TrackIR. I'm not sure if it's such a huge loss though. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Because we probably would have to look outside oftentimes. And when you do look inside, you'd have to be precise with looking at and flicking the buttons, so you might have to turn it off anyway. So it might not be such a big deal as unlike here in ETS2. Yeah, mouse and keyboard is what you recommend. Trans-Siberian Railway is so long. You heard about that railroad. What is the Trans-Siberian Railway? Is that the one I'm talking about, or is that a different thing? Or is that like Russia? Shame on different gauge sizes. Which one? Am I missing something? TrackIR is not really something you need for train sim. That's what I was thinking. Trans-Siberian is Russia. Okay, hence Russia, right? Makes sense. Got it. Yeah, because I remember I was playing Train Sim TS1 before, and I have TrackIR enabled, and I was having difficulty looking for the buttons. It was kind of hard to navigate. It was easier via mouse. How about playing Train Sim with a HOTAS? Does it work? I mean, I have a throttle, like the one I use for Elite Dangerous. Does it? Will it make me feel better? Like when I'm, how do you say it? Like there is a toggle or a throttle in the train, right? Will it be more immersive if I use a HOTAS? Or will it not be very fitting? Probably the joystick will not fit, but maybe the throttle will. Not sure. Gauge is in broad gauge. Meter gauge, narrow gauge in trains. Ah, okay. Alright, see how clueless I am? Okay. That's true, even trying to change the autopilot altitude knob in FSX with TrackIR is hard enough. Ah, I can imagine. Not the gauge in trucks, okay. That figures. That's why I didn't understand. You can use HOTAS, but you need a third-party tool to convert the controls. It's not supported by default. Oh man. There are going to be a lot of questions. Oh, you know it. You know it. Okay. So maybe not a HOTAS as well. So maybe yeah, we stick with keyboard and mouse. Something you use for flight sim. Yeah, I guess so. By the way, did you guys see that video I released last week about Frontier Pilot Simulator? There was a graphics overhaul update. It looks much better now and works much smoother. I think so, it's also a lot more stable. So I'm really happy with the progress in there. I hope they keep it up. It will become a very nice game soon. And I was able to try playing it with my HOTAS. It's very, very good compared to playing it with an Xbox controller. It's also natively supported, so that's even better. So I didn't have to change any of the controls at all. Keyboard and mouse, okay. Keep the table clean and more space. Alright, that's good to hear. Yeah, that would be easier. TS18 you can't. I see. You know the game very well. You have over 1,000 hours in Train Sim 2018. It's figures given your name. In Train Sim 2018, do you have an option, a DLC for the Flying Scotsman? I guess that would be one of the most famous DLCs if there was. FPS is good now for the Frontier Pilot, you mean? Yeah, nice. Frontier Pilot Sim. Okay, you mean FPS is Frontier Pilot Sim, not frame rate. Okay, I see. Yeah. It's doing pretty well. Very good progress on it. Can you use an Ethan Fuller 18 speed for Train Sim World? That might be difficult to do. The Flying Scotsman is in the game. Cool. No, not yet. I haven't. Yeah, they haven't given me anything yet. Unfortunately, maybe when there's a bigger update, then they can get in touch with me again. Maybe they'll give me the keys. Yeah, but I'm really crossing my fingers on that one. Looks like a very nice game. 32. Wow. I only have 16. Engine braking. And highway sending. There's a piece of kit called the rail driver. What does it have? Some buttons, some switches, throttles, and whatnot. Oh no, you gave Alex an idea. You gave Alex an idea, Scotsman. Now he'll spend sleepless nights thinking about it. You have 8. I think it should. Normally games don't have that much of a... Like if you have 8, normally most of the games will run already pretty well. I think for game 16 is actually a bit over the top already. But if you're doing like productivity stuff, then yeah, you might need it. You're using your SKRS for train sim mode. Yeah, I was thinking about what I could use the switches for. Yeah? And maybe we can utilize the switches. That would be nice. Yeah, it should be enough. That's what I think as well. You've been grammarian. You've been grammar police, Johan. Should we sleep? What time is it? 7 p.m. Maybe in a bit. It is extremely expensive. It's not available anymore. Ah, okay. Price goes around $400. I don't think it will, Rowan. I think 8 should be more than enough. Yeah. If you bottleneck somewhere, I doubt it will be the RAM. RAM is normally the least of your concerns nowadays. Don't buy Train Sim World, why not? You have a dedicated GPU, so it will be fine. Yeah, I guess GPU is the major thing. Dortmund. Hey! What the heck, man? Don't tell me. Insane. Thanks a lot, man. I'll go and check it out later for sure. That's just... Mrs. Clumsy will be happy. No, but truly, thank you, man. Thank you. Thanks, Alex. I have no words. I'm just as speechless as Chris was a while ago. GG. Can everyone give a GG to Alex over here? It's amazing. Thank you. I have no words. Now for sure I'll play it. Yeah, that's more than enough, man. That's more than enough. Thank you. You used the third-party program. It was free, but the person who made it no longer updates it. Use SciTech lever for forward, mixed lever for brakes, and TS18. Ah, interesting. Okay, so that can work. Ideally. GG, Alex. Rail driver is a piece of kit where you have the throttle and brakes and buttons. Okay, cool. Does who is this Dovetail guy who streams as well? He's a nice guy, a friend of Skrill's. Matt, does he have it? He's like a train enthusiast. You probably know him. Oh man, second gear. Thank you. It's a good thing the poll is now at 8-0. Okay, good. We know where we're headed then. Matt Peldston, exactly, that's the one. Yeah, I follow him over at Twitch. I think he has a very extensive setup for trains. Senior producer on Train Sim World. Ah, okay. That's quite interesting, huh? I mean, he's part of the actual Train Sim World. I wonder if he's allowed to play other games, other train games, like for example, Diesel Railcar Simulator. Maybe not, huh? It would probably be a conflict of interest. I'm not sure how that works. I wonder if he can separate his senior producer hat versus the streamer hat, and if people can recognize that difference. Hey Barry, glad you could join. Thanks for dropping by. Our class is done, or are you just starting? You bet he does, to compare. Yeah, he probably does offline, but if he streams it, that's going to be pretty interesting, huh? I can imagine everything he says can be taken like either as an attack to the competitor game, or as a bash against Train Sim World. Yeah, if he says good things about the other game, then it might appear like he's saying that this is better than his game, Train Sim World. If he does the opposite, then it might seem like he's criticizing his competitor. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird setup. It would be interesting how he handles that. Hello and bye. Thanks for dropping by, Barry. Catch you on the VOD. I'll wait for your comment, okay? Let's go and sleep here. Have I heard of Forza Horizon 3? Forza, yes. 3? I'm not sure. Isn't that only on Xbox? Do you have that on PC? That's like the competitor of Gran Turismo, right? He doesn't play any other train sim type games. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because that would be a conflict of interest, I think. Could get easily misinterpreted even if it has the best intentions. Good. It's on Microsoft Store. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I'm not very good with racing games though. Yeah, and I feel a bit too paranoid. You know, when I played F1 over the weekend, I was like, oh my goodness, what is this game doing to my wheel? Like it's the force feedback is too much. There's too much pressure in it. I'm afraid I'll break my wheel, and there's just no, I won't risk my wheel for this. I'd rather go trucking. So yeah, I don't think racing games are for me anymore. I might have gone past that age. I was very much into it before though. Oh man, no parking? Come on. Let me sleep, please. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Oh. Oh, come on, guys. Let me sleep. Where do I go? Oh, here. I can go there. Okay, let's try that. And let's reverse into here. You had the same feeling. I felt so bad for my wheel. Especially for you, Rohan, I can imagine. Oh no. Don't have a good feeling about this. Oh, I knew it. Okay, let's do it another way. Let's do it another way. Forza Horizon isn't just racing. There are mini games as well. Oh, okay, so it's more than that. Interesting. So it's like a sandbox game where you can race. You have small news. What's up, Jay? You will be fixing small bugs and... What is IW? So you're now part of the ProMods team, is what you're saying. You're not... Well, you were part of it as a beta tester, but now you'll actually be fixing stuff as well. Congrats, man. Congrats. Man, that all that hard work paid off, huh? Invisible walls, nice. Congrats, man. GG. Looking forward to your insights on the things you will fix. Yeah, ProMods team member in the stream. Actually, that reminds me. I should start giving out the VIP roles to some of you guys. Yeah, some of our modders are not yet given the VIP roles. Okay, good morning. Nice. Actually, that's not a bad shot, huh? It's a nice angle there. Your wheels FFB being so high in ETS2 at minimum. There should be settings. Are you using force feedback plugin or the default one from ETS? There should be settings in game to let you adjust how strong it is. That should reflect in real time. I feel like you're the only one who doesn't do anything here. Man, you're doing a lot. Why would you think that? You're doing a lot. Exactly. Yeah. You're modding. You're sharing info. You're updating us with your news. You give screenshots. You provide screenshots. Yeah. So you're a very active member of the community. You have the ultimate power. Yeah. You have the hammer. Alright, Scotsman. Thanks again. And looking forward to catching you on Wednesday. I will need a lot of help. If you can make it that, there's no pressure. I feel like you could do more. Yeah, why not? Alright, I will. I'll post some stuff in over the Discord if I have some time. Although I have to finish this first though. The Swedish jobs. Have a good night, Scotsman. Catch you next time. Really love those blinker sounds. Although I think right now my favorite blinker sounds are from the DAF XF. From EVR's updated sound mod. Those are just so addictive and super high res, high quality, super crisp sounds. And even the toggles are so nice sounding. It's only an Xbox, thought that it was on PC. Ah, okay. I see. Alright. Night, man. Catch you next week. Catch you over at Discord. Is Jack around? Is Jack Spanner around? He hasn't reminded me to drink water yet. I have to drink water after our next stop. That's interesting. I have two windows. I have two screens showing how the stream looks. One is directly from OBS, and one is directly on the browser to see how Twitch is loading up the game. It's weird because over at OBS, I'm seeing like a pretty laggy frame rate. Like my game is smooth in my actual game, but in the OBS screen it's laggy. But on Twitch, it's smooth as well. I don't get it. But I guess as long as it's smooth on Twitch, I have no concerns. Is it smooth as well for you guys? There you go, Jack. I'll drink in a bit. Looks good here. Okay. Disable preview in OBS. I'm a bit paranoid though. I like to see it. That's why I don't... I'm not brave enough to turn it off. Yeah, it's also helpful when I have to move stuff over. But yeah, as long as you guys are getting the smooth picture as well, I'm fine with it. Yeah, those overlays, true. What is this music? Banana Bonanza is what the song is called. Sounds very fitting. Looks good. Alright, that's good to hear. Okay, no worries then. Let's let OBS worry about that. Let's do a quick stop here. A water break. You can just press F1, but trying to simulate, roleplay it. Some of Jay's music. Oh yeah, I haven't heard that yet. So you compose your own music, Jay? How does it work? You compose. That's super cool. Look at this guy. Okay, he managed to squeeze in. I thought he was going to hit me. And that's some talent right there. Maybe I should check it out. Maybe you can include it in the stream. Is that like copyright free or something? How do you have like attribution? How do you prefer to have the attribution? To roleplay, you would have to stop after 4:30 hours and have 45-minute break. Oh yeah, that would be that would be a bit too hard, huh? So what were the rules again? Every 4.5 hours, you have to have 45-minute break. And I remember there was also something like an 8-hour thing, right? Where you have to stop for the day. You can only drive a truck for X amount of hours every day. Or is that not the thing? Not published yet. Ah, okay. What is ISRC? And sorry for my ignorance. I have absolutely no clue about that. Hanover 50. Good thing these traffic light signs are way in the back. There are some maps in the default that the traffic light signs are over here. and then the actual posts are there, like a few meters ahead. Like, okay, what's the use of that? Thank you for that information, letting me know about it 1 second before. And sometimes it's at like a blind spot where you don't really see anything until the last moment. That's when Clumsy Trucking comes in. ISRC is International Standard Recording Code. Make sure you're not using others' music. So make sure don't use others' tune by mistake. Oh, is that a thing? Nice. So all composers have to go through that. You can't post it anywhere, like in SoundCloud or in other places. Just got some Starbucks, lucky you. What did you get? Can certainly tell this is old SCS stuff. Oh yes. Very old SCS stuff. All composers do it. Ah, cool. How long does it usually take? The ISRC approval. Only after it's assigned gets published. That's cool. Good thing they have that standard, because it would be pretty easy to copy others, if ever. 9 hours per day driving, 4 hours, 4.5, then break 45 minutes. You can drive 10 hours 2 times per week, but must take another 45 minutes breaks after the 9th hour. It's a bit complicated, huh? Or there's like a daily thing, and there's like a weekly thing. When you say you can drive 10 hours 2 times per week, that's 10 hours without breaks, or that's 10 hours with still the 4.5 rule? Cookies and cream. I think that was one of my most favorite drinks before. I love cookies and cream, the flavor itself. When I was younger, when I was still into the sugary stuff. But yeah, nowadays I'm trying my best to lay off it. But in your case, Chris, you have every right to enjoy it. So enjoy. Not sure how long it takes. It's also used to identify those copyrighted stuff in YouTube. Ah, okay, I see. It's interesting. You learn something new every day, huh? It's amazing how textures can change a game, huh? I compare how this looks, even just the roads, with how the newer ones look, like from France, from Italy, even from Scandinavia. It really looks like a different game altogether. Okay, drive for 4.5, then brake, drive for another 4.5, then end. Or take 45 minutes, brake, and drive for 1 more hour. Ah, okay. Okay, I see. So you can have 2 breaks, but on the 3rd slot you can only drive for 1 more hour. I see. I wish they could implement that. I mean, they have the sleeping thing, but I doubt that's as detailed as that, huh? Yeah, there should be like a timer. Because isn't there like a, how do you say, like a timer system on the truck, like above? I saw Driving Bro like maintaining his driving hours there. That should monitor his compliance. There's a plugin for emulating Tachograph that tells you when to take breaks. Oh really? Ah, how does it work? How does it notify you of the breaks? Forgot that you also enabled file environment. need to see those fancy trees. Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah. I still have mild winter though. But maybe before we go into spring, I enable files. I remember I liked his mod very much. Especially with the newer update. It was so detailed. Even Italy, which is like the most beautiful vegetation SES has as of yet. He was able to improve it. You know, my only wish for this overlay that we have on the lower left of the screen is if I can show the range and splitter toggles. You know, whenever I do this switch, I wish it would reflect if I'm low or high split, low high range. I don't know how to do that. I don't think that's within the telemetry parameters. I'll have to take a second look. But if it's there, I can link it manually. I can code it in. You linked it in Discord. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, maybe we can roleplay that sometime. Yeah, just for role-playing. I doubt you'll get penalized or anything like that, but it's a good start, right? Taco card is above driver and shows drive time and brake time taken. There you go. Okay, that's the name. Taco. What is it? Jay said. Tachograph. Okay. This one doesn't have it though, or does it? Is it that one? Oh, I think maybe that's that one. Just yeah, I really wish in a future update for ETS2 they implement some more realistic trucking mechanics, like when attaching the trailer, you know, or maybe just turning on that tachograph thing. Yeah, making it more like a simulation. Because the driving aspect, they pretty much have it bang on. They have it perfect already. But the trucking elements, the other trucking elements, that's the one which is still a bit lacking. So I hope they add on to that. If ETS2 can show which gear you are in the dash, you can emulate it in your overlay. Yeah, the gear itself is fine. I like the gear. I'm actually able to reflect. If you see the 12 right now, it's reflecting in real time. My main problem is the switch, because how do I explain? The switch does not always reflect the gear. So for example, if I put myself on low range right now, you heard the flick. I lowered my switch, but the gear hasn't changed yet, because it will only change when I go to neutral and then go back to gear, right? But I want the actual switch flicking to reflect, not just the gear. And that's what I don't know if it's within the sensors of ETS2. It should be, because they should be able to detect when I flick the switch, but I'm not sure if they throw it out, if it's catchable, something like that. He derailed. Now that's just driving time. We also have work time directive. That is work for up to 6 hours and take a 15-minute break. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. How do you manage all this? How do you keep track of time? Is that taken care of by the tachograph, or do you have a mobile app for monitoring? I guess a mobile app would come in very handy, right? It's like a specific mobile app from your company, where you could just press start, and then it would notify you of all these things. The total number of hours worked cannot exceed 60 hours within any fixed week. 60 hours, what, like 60 divided by 7? Like what, 8 hours, almost 8 hours a day. I see. So you cannot go for that 10 hours every day. Too many rules. You just take a break once in a while. That's true. You know the toggle setup when you do the input setup? There you set which button to change the gears. It shows the indicator. You might have to capture that and show it in overlay. Yeah, that's true. I'll have to check if the API for the telemetry server has that. Because if it's not, then you have to modify the source code of the telemetry server itself. So I hope it is there. Otherwise, I don't I don't fancy coding it in. Might be too much work. Over the WTD. What is WTD? I don't know. Usually 17 or 26 weeks. You must average no more than 48 hours per week. Wow, so many things. Going to throw my wheel away once I open Train Sim. It should be a fair thing. Fair time for everything. You could truck simming your butt gets flat. That's a good way of putting it. It is a minefield. Getting worse too. Yeah, I guess that all of that is easily done by a mobile app. All those rules you can put in, and then you can have like a tracking mechanism, so it not only acts as a, how do you say, as a way to time yourself. If employers are pretty handy, pretty techy, they can also make that as their logging mechanism. So you don't have to, it would be more digital. Very lean. Is the company tracking with GPS as well? I guess they would, huh? I guess they should. Would be a pretty easy thing to do nowadays. GPS tracking is everywhere. Only some can implement those techs. Yeah, I guess it's very costly. I'm not sure how much like profit margin the logistics companies have. Maybe only the big ones can afford it. That's true. But I would guess that someone would have developed something by now. If it was that complicated, like a normal guy would probably have developed a trucking timer feature that doesn't sync to any server. It just helps you keep track of time. Because nowadays, when you think of you have an idea, most probably someone has thought of it already. So that trucking problem, I'm thinking it is easily remedied by adding like a complicated timer with a set of rules that you can maybe customize or not. Maybe it's specific to countries, and then you can press start, and then it will notify you. And it's not connected to any server or anything, so it shouldn't be hard to code at all. It's just a matter of knowing the right timers, setting up the right timers, putting in all those rules. Maybe that's what I can do. Yeah, maybe I can look over at the App Store if there is someone who developed it already. And if there is, we can just do it while we're trucking right here. I'll start it, and then when it notifies, we'll take a break. We'll roleplay it. That easy. But no, that's not going to work, because the time in game is not reflective of the time that it's tracking outside the game. Yeah, I'll have to find a way to sync the in-game time with that app's time, and that means I'll have to develop something which gets telemetry from the game itself. Phew, that's a lot of work. It's already developed, but only huge truck companies use it. Ah, I see. It's a lot. 1 mile over the limit. Now it's 1/3 your month's wage here. Wow, really? That's insane. Man, that's intense. So how do you guys do it? You stay below the speed limit, I guess. You stay like, I don't know, 5 miles below just to be on the safe side. You read online how much it would cost to take all the licenses, truck and cat, and it was like 100,000. What is NOK? Is that the currency for Norway? Can we bother to check how much USD? Yeah, that's true. I'll have to... I think it can work with a telemetry server, because the telemetry server already gets information from the time, right? So it has information of the time. Then what we would have to develop is like an HTML code, like a JavaScript that would keep track of that time when you press start, and then, for example, count 4 hours and 30 minutes from that start time, and then when it's after that, then it should pop up something on the HTML, like pop up a message, rest needed, something like that. So I guess it is technically possible. I can even include it in the overlay, so we can see that rest needed, for example, pop up when, I don't know, above the 12 gear of the gear number. That should be a possible thing. You guys can probably see how my software engineer mind is working right now. Hey Ansari, how are you? Thank you for joining. Glad you could join, man. What's up? Cruise control probably in real life. Always under the limit can be tricky downhill. Yeah. And yeah, because you have those tracking things, it can always determine if you sped or not. Norwegian kroner. Ah, okay. I see. Right, so that's the currency in Norway. 12,727 USD. I'm doing good, thanks. Doing some vanilla trucking. And looks like I'll be playing Train Sim next week, because one guy decided to gift it to me. I won't tell who. Thanks again, man. For you, it was 3,200 pounds. Take all the tests and pass it. It's another 1,800 for class 1. That's quite a lot, huh? But I guess that's an investment. Going to stream for more time. Unfortunately, I'll have to leave in 20 minutes, but I think we can still finish this job. Yeah, 356 kilometers. Should be able to finish it. Don't reveal anything. Yeah, it's a secret. It's a secret. Also, Ansari, do you notice the new thing on the lower left? The fancy thing right there. It's classified. Right, Ron. My lips are sealed. I'm still waiting for that time when we switch from the old ETS2 to the newer ETS2, because the change will be significant, but I might embarrass myself here. Maybe we've gone over it already. No, I don't think so. I think we're still in the old area. Yeah, we'll notice it for sure. We will notice it. Just cruise controlling here. The bundle is for the PC you're planning to build. 13,599, which is 1730 USD. Phew. Okay, here we go. This is a bit strange to me. This is like Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. Ah, Scandinavia. Scandinavia territory. That's why those 3 flags probably, huh? Welcome to Denmark. And immediately as we enter, you see a slight difference in the scenery. It's not like day and night, but you can see minor differences, like more objects on the side, right? Better railings, slightly better textures. It's a bit incremental. Oh yeah, that's true, the MP stream. I don't know why we didn't think of that anymore. If it was next week, would you guys be able to join? Germany in ETS2 was actually ported over from ETS1 or even earlier games. I think in UK, yes. In Germany, maybe others, no. I've inspired you. Used to have money mods. Now if they're seeing you, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I am really against the cheating thing because it helps build personal integrity. I mean, you can think like you're playing a game. You're just playing a game so you can cheat. That's true. In some ways, it shouldn't affect your real life, but in some maybe subconscious manner, it might be applying to your real principles. You know, like you're not getting used to working for something, and if you play without cheats, really working hard, even if it's just a game, in some way, that reflects in your real life, in what you do in real life as well, in some unconscious, subconscious way. That's my belief. That's why I try not to cheat as much as possible. For car and all truck licenses. You are tracked as well. I see. I don't think you'll be able to next week. You have school. You're off the whole of next week. Oh, okay. Okay, next week's not a thing then. Right, maybe week after. We'll see. Let's discuss over in Discord. Yeah, it looks like next week is not going to be very good. Spring break. Maybe after spring break then, when people are back. You already know what's coming. Q&A, yes, very much into that one. Actually, you guys suggested a good thing. So your idea and Jay's suggestion makes a lot of sense. So I'll probably make a channel named Q&A, and then you can just leave your questions there. Channel over Discord, that is. And then we can, I can take up some of them and discuss them over the ETS2 and ATS episodes. Yeah, let's try that. I'll if I remember, I'll do that. Okay, so next week you'll be here. Okay, so it's spring break, you don't have class, you can join the stream, you can join the trucking. Okay, so maybe next week is a thing. Some people are not around, but I don't think we can have everybody around. We can just have more sessions. Okay, yeah, I misread it. Right, so next week could be a thing then. Let's try it. Yeah, why not? I'll have to level up my thing. And where do we play? Can we play in Hong Kong server so I don't lag? But you guys will probably lag. Although Jay might not as much. We could play at the US server as well. We can decide. If there's a Friday national holiday in the Philippines, you can join. Isn't it, Chris? When are the school? When is school season in the Philippines now? Because back during my day, we had like summer break from March to June. But I guess at some point it switched over to, I don't know, July to September. Truckers MP means more vanilla trucking. That's true. So this is a good practice. This is preparation. You can connect to any server in MP. No lags for you. Okay, that's good. Probably not Europe, because in Europe I have like 400 latency, 400 ms latency. You go to a US school. Ah, alright. So it's September to something. I see. So that's like international school rules. I see. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that's probably one of the benefits your mom has, huh? The schooling, the housing. Winter mod is available for MP. Until now, is it still there? Do they still have winter in MP? Can have some trailer mods in MP. Oh, you can have some trailer mods. Okay. Not sure how you do it. This is just normal, like you have mods, enable mods normally, and then they are accepted, or they have to do some fancy thing, change textures or whatnot in like the game directories. It's not. Is there a Russian-based server? Oh, look at this. This is where we came from. You guys remember this train from a couple of hours back? Wow, we've gone full circle, huh? You would need an explanation. Explain yourself, Rohan. Please join Russian server and make videos on it. It's going to snow again. It's not still not over. Wow, intense. Normal type, but you need to put it in MP directory, not in ETS2 directory. Ah, okay. Interesting. Why don't I make videos on vanilla profile? I can actually, yeah I can. But I'll wait for probably the next update. When 1.31 hits, for sure I'll play with in a vanilla profile. Yeah, with this profile to be specific. So you can check out the new features without changing any of the intended features. Your MP dumb, same here. I know very little about it. Exactly, Ansari. That's the plan. This is why I made this profile, to feature the new things that are coming from SES. Kirill won't like you playing vanilla. He'll understand. Yeah, if only you could implement foggy weather without needing a mod, right? That would be the perfect scenario. Classic Euro goodies. Yep. Not the most eye candy thing. Started some engine braking in here. Don't really play MP. Just play when people are around. Oh, straight up. You used to have PM convoy regularly, so you have good experience with MP. Okay, that's nice. Cool. There's a competition going in foggy weather Discord. Is that the duck hunt thing? So you can get foggy weather? Yeah, go for it. If you're up for the challenge, it will be worth it. You don't have any Friday holidays till summer break, which is June 7th. Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, that's so bad. We'll probably start next week. We'll try MP next week, and then we can have more if it works out. We're fighting to get foggy weather. Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Good luck. 40,000 points, I think, right? Copenhagen. I don't know how you pronounce it locally. Ooh, too fast. Yeah, I'm planning to add more switches, more buttons to this overlay. Like I'm planning to add like an engine brake thing, like maybe just a red light to signal when I'm pressing the engine brake. Ideally, the retarder and the not retarder, they call it the range splitter toggles, if that's available. But I'll probably try it out on my free time, if there is ever such a thing. But yeah, we'll try to grow it. The good thing is my PC can now handle it. It's not causing me too much lag now. I remembered before it was so laggy, because that is quite a huge hog on CPU, that overlay. How's my gaming setup? It's doing good. Doing pretty well. Yeah, I think I picked the parts pretty good. Just enough, not too hardcore, not too strong, but enough to get a very decent playing experience. Playing, streaming, recording, editing experience. Hello Nightbot, long time. Yeah, Jack is still safe so far. I think Nightbot has a new favorite. Jay, I think Nightbot has replaced you with Chris. He auto-modded Chris a while ago. I know, right? Yeah. Nightbot is not so loyal, I think. Doesn't like you anymore, Jay. You might have been just the flavor of the month for March. Maybe April, it's now Chris. Nightbot is an Easter vacation. It might be. Yeah, maybe he's not in the mood. This is his last working day as well for the week. For the month. That's true. Maybe he has a newfound respect for you. Because you might fix him as well. April Fools. No, I don't have any plans anymore. The last time I did it backfired. If you remember the video from a year ago, a lot of people hated on that one. I think I got a couple of unsubbed during that time. Some people just can't take a joke, and it's it's not worth it. All that effort, and then it didn't turn out well. It was a nice experience, but I don't think I'll repeat it. Where am I going? Okay, here. Okay. Exactly, Ansari. No more. I've learned my lesson. Wait a minute, this is one of the tricky things. Yeah, this intersection should go to the right here, go straight, and go through that clover leaf loop there, instead of going straight on that one. It's one of those like German clover leaf intersections, I think. You didn't understand anything. There were subtitles. I painstakingly put in all the subtitles. But I think a lot of people didn't know that there were subtitles. Back in your lurking days. Oh, you were there before. Nice. Yeah, you can see the level of detail here compared to how it looked back in Germany. Yeah, you can see all the different levels, level changes, the railings. So cool looking. Scandinavia region is still one of the best in terms of the complexity of roads. So nice. Could be that you accidentally deleted all your accounts for ETS and ETS2 using a different Steam account. That's actually a good idea. But now that you told that, people will know. I could maybe start an episode in ETS2 and it would be like from scratch. But yeah, people would be hating on me again. So yeah, I'll think about it. So far though, there are no plans. The last of the one was not a very good experience. You like that new gear layout thing on screen? Okay, that's cool. Thanks. I'll try to improve it. I'm still not so happy about the gear number because it's not accurate. It should show L low and high instead of just numbers. But I guess it's not so bad. Yeah, true. Bunny ears might be more than enough. Should have gone with that safer thing. Oh, that's a very famous building here in Sweden, right? Is that like the twisting... How do you call it? Twisting... I don't know what you call it. And is it... I think this is the exact building where we started. How about that? Full circle. Alex is surely train simming. He's alt-tabbing quite quickly, so he won't get caught. You don't like trains. Oh, a lot of people will get mad. That's the wrong crowd to say that statement. Okay, I did this parking yesterday offline, and I was able to make it like this. Let's hope this works as well. Looks fairly well. Be a bit on the offside there. Yeah, alright, just adjust it a bit. Home free. You're the only one who said that until now. "1,000 kilometers. Wow. Wow, that's a lot. How do my stats look for that, guys? Drink. Good one. Water. Always like trying something new. Yeah, that's a good habit. Are they? What kind of mileage did I get? 31.92. Ooh, that's not bad. Yeah. Wow, 0 damage. Cool. Good job, guys. We managed it. So even more if I max out the eco driving. That should give me 25% better economy. But no, we'll have to go long distance first because I still have 2 jobs to go. Unfortunately, we can't finish that today. And it will have to be coming from Luxembourg or Slovakia. And Slovakia, maybe. Those are the 2 nearest ones from Sweden. It's too bad we don't have Finland, huh? But pretty soon we will. Or will we? Beyond the Baltic Sea. Poland I've done already. Yeah, Slovakia and Luxembourg probably. Not sure if the distance can cover that though. Getting really good just in time to change the trains. Yeah, maybe I graduated from it. You can always improve more, right? Let's see. No, Sweden route length. No, this is the longest. Yeah, with 1,000 kilometers, I don't think that will work. Maybe if I go to Karlskrona, I can maybe reach Slovakia and Hungary. Maybe. And time's up. Yeah, just in time. Unless we can do a job in 5 minutes. No, probably not. Let me just stop over there and finish the stream. Yeah, that's what I did as well, Alex. Worked on the nearest jobs first. I really like the reward, the Northern Lights thing. I really want to see that in real life. But for now, having it in trucking will do. Any videos today? The video today will be the VOD from the stream yesterday, so arriving Mars. And then the video tomorrow will be the VOD from here, the Clumsy trucking. And then the vid on Sunday will hopefully, but I haven't recorded it yet, it will hopefully be PC Building Simulator. So I really want to try it. It looks very good. It's like career mode with PC building stuff. I really am excited to try it out. I might do a couple of episodes on that. See how far it goes. And I think currently it's only in early access. So maybe it would be worth checking out, but I'm not sure how deep it goes just yet. PC Building Sim, yeah. On Sunday, hopefully I can release that. First, you heard someone excited assembling PC. It is exciting, isn't it? I mean, when I was assembling it for real, I was super excited because it was just a whole new ball game for me. I had no clue how to do it before. And the game actually is pretty smart about that. There is like a tutorial. I played it a bit. There is like a tutorial of how it looks and how you do it. Hey, maybe I can do a sneak peek. Yeah, let's do that. Let me give you guys a sneak peek about it. Show you the tutorial part. Let's do that before I end the stream. He works at an electronics store in Norway. Oh, he would know a lot about that then. Yeah, he might be able to judge it. The wires are really the tricky part. Very true. Cable management is my weakest aspect. You've done it too much in real life, so not that exciting anymore. I see. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. It gets a bit too much. Okay, let's go with that. I saw the gift. I saw the gift, Alex. Insane. Thank you. Let me accept that. Add it. Yeah. And then let me show you quickly that PC Building Simulator thing. I'll have to switch off telemetry, switch the game, and maybe add that here. It's a bit noisy. I hope this is not copyrighted or anything. Let's okay, that should be good. You have to do one in real life for a friend today. So you're good now for PC assembling. Cool. PC building is your dream. Right, so there's a tutorial here. This is what I'll show you quickly, but you can see a lot of like real brands, which is pretty cool. So this is the tutorial. PC building music. very, very fitting, huh? Trickiest part for you is the F panel deeds. Lately, motherboard comes with a F panel box connector. I'm not even sure which that is, but in the motherboard, yeah, the connections there are really tricky and very hard to fit in. Side panels, so yeah, as the game implies. Oh, this actually looks very similar to Mrs. Clumsy's casing. Oh yeah, it's a Cooler Master. Is it the same one? Wait a minute. It's almost the same one. Almost the same one. Even has the same red trim here. This is cool. Cooler Master. No wonder it felt so familiar. Yeah, so you remove the side panels like that. And then you install the PSU. Remove the casing. So it's like... what is that game? Car Mechanic Simulator in some sense. Something like that. 18 US. Show us her PC. I forgot to take a picture. I have a picture here somewhere in the phone. I'll share it over at Discord if I find it. So we can have like this one. And the cool thing about it is it has all these things. Oh, some stuff you can't see. It has all these descriptions that you don't really need in game, but it helps in real life. So it gives you a bit of an idea. So you fit that in here. And that's actually, it said something about the modular thing, and that's what my wife has. Mrs. Clumsy has this modular PSU thing. It's so helpful having this, because my PSU was an old one. It was not modular, so there were so many cables lying around. It was just pretty messy. Having a modular thing is like very useful nowadays. Screw it up. Car Mechanic, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so imagine this mechanic, this game mechanic, where you actually build a PC, but aside from that, there is a career mode. So I watched a video on it on YouTube. So how it works is, you're starting off, you have a small business of fixing PCs, and you have clients. You get clients. Some of them would want to have virus taken out of their PC. Some of them would need to get their video cards repaired, their hard drives repaired, and you would have to order parts, manage your calendar, manage your finances. It's pretty interesting business stuff with PC building mechanics. So I'm really excited to record it. Actually, I want to play it right now. Yeah, I'll have to go. Look at this one. So many different things. And I'm not sure how detailed it gets, but maybe... yeah, I think... yeah, let's go until the motherboard, right? Let me show you. Which color PC do you have? I have a black one. Very non-colored black one. So I'm not really into the fancy looking stuff. For me, as long as it performs well, it doesn't have to look cool. That's my principle. So I save a couple of bucks with that principle. Alright, install the motherboard. So in real life, you would have to put in these, what do you call it? Standoffs. This is where the screws will connect and where the motherboard will settle itself like a platform. So it's not like... so the motherboard itself is not like flat on the casing. It's a bit lifted off. And then you screw it like that. Actually, I like the sounds screw. And then you connect this 24-pin power, connect it to the PSU, which is highlighted there. I wonder if there's like an advanced mode where it isn't highlighted, so you'd have to know where exactly. The 8-pin connected there for the CPU, and the motherboard connected to the front panel right there for the lights and everything. How is my PC cable management? Don't ask. It's very bad. It's non-management. Cables there, management non-existent. It's detailed enough for anyone to understand. Yeah, it's very good actually. Like, Of course, you won't understand it like 100%, but it's a good starter to give you an idea of how to do it. Open it, pop in the actual CPU, close the lid, yeah, and then apply thermal paste. Even the thermal paste application is here, and I've never done this. I haven't done this yet in real life because the one I got already has thermal paste built in, the default cooler. So it's just like literal paste, but spreading it across the CPU, so to help with the conduction. And then CPU cooler, put that in different parts as well. You can zoom, you can take a look, connect that, and connect the power to the motherboard like so. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Anyway, yeah, so that's what I plan to record and release on Sunday, right? But yeah, that's just a sneak peek. Right, but yeah, anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let's leave it there. Play the music again. It's weird though, the train sim world is still being added to my library. It's still loading. I'm not sure if it worked. Now I'm scared. I hope it pulled through. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. And Alex, huge thanks again for Chris's sub and this awesome, totally unexpected gift. Have a great weekend, everybody. Happy Easter in advance, and have a blessed Holy Week if you're Catholic, or have a nice vacation. Have a nice holiday if you're not. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a great weekend, and catch you next week for some Train Sim World. Thank you, and bye-bye.